Sanju K. Jacob of second year ECE. In this video, I am going to explain you about common collector amplifier. I will give you a brief introduction about what is common collector amplifier, and I am going to show you how to stimulate this common collector amplifier and find the DC and AC analysis of this amplifier in everycircuits.com. So let's get into the video. So let's get into the introduction of common collector amplifier. So there are three different types of configurations: common base, common collector and common emitter. In this video I am focusing about common collector amplifier. So why do we call this as a common collector amplifier? Because the common collector terminal is grounded, so we call it as common collector amplifier. This amplifier, we take the input signal from the base and the output signal is from the emitter. So this circuit also has a name called as an emitter follower. So it has a voltage gain less than unity. We will move on to the common collector amplifier circuit. So this is the common collector amplifier circuit. We have an NPN transistor taken, positive VCC is applied, and we have resistance R1, R2 and emitter resistance called RE. We have a load resistance called RL. Input voltage is taken across Vin and output voltage is taken across emitter. So we have capacitors C1 and C2. So altogether this comes as the common collector amplifier circuit. So this circuit is the common collector amplifier circuit. We have a input voltage Vs, a resistance Rs is connected across it, a coupling capacitor is connected here, and VCC is given as 5 volt, and R1 and R2 each of them has a value of 50 kilo ohms, and RE the value is 2 kilo ohms. And we know that collector connected directly to the VCC and output signal is taken with respect to ground, and this circuit is also known as emitter follower circuit. So now we will see about the small signal equivalent circuit of common collector amplifier. This is the circuit we saw above, right? Now let's derive the small signal equivalent circuit. So this is the circuit shown here is the small signal equivalent circuit. Between the base and the emitter we will connect an RPi resistance, and between the emitter and the collector we will current source beta into IB. So same as Vs is applied this Vs here, Rs resistance is corrected here, and coupling capacitor will be short in the AC analysis, and R1 parallel R2 is the RTH across here, and the collector is given to ground. So output terminal will be across the emitter. Hence this is the small signal equivalent circuit of common collector amplifier. So now let's look into the input and output waveform of a common collector amplifier. So here's the diagram of a common collector amplifier. As you can see here, the V in and V out are resembling the same, that is, they contain zero phase shift. So now let's see about the DC analysis of common collector amplifier. So this is the circuit shown here, and beta value is given as 100 and VB value is given as 0.7 volts. And why do we have VB as 0.7 volts? Because it is a silicon type of transistor. If you have germanium type of transistor, you will have value of 0.2 to 0.3 volts. So now let's go on to the calculation part. So VTH, the VTH value is given as VCC into R2 by R1 plus R2. So VCC value is 5 volts into R2 50 kilo ohms, R1 value is also 50 kilo ohms, and if we calculate all the values we get VTH value as 2.5 volts. Now Let's move on in calculating the RB value. So RB value is given as R1 parallel R2. So R1 parallel R2 will give you a value of 25 kilo ohms, and that is the value of RB. Now IB. So IB is given as VTH minus VBE by RB plus 1 plus beta of RE. So VTH value is given as 2.5 volts. VBE value, as we know, that 0.7 volts. RB value is 25 kilo ohms. 1 plus beta gives you a value of 101 and RE gives you a value of 2 kilo ohms. Hence, we get the IB value as 7.929 microampere. Now, in calculating the IC, beta multiplied by IB will give you the value of IC. So, beta value is 100 and the IB value we have calculated above. If we multiply both, we'll get the value of 0.793 milliampere. So IE value is given as IB plus IC. So the value is 0.8 milliampere. So voltage across the emitter. So voltage across the emitter gives you, by applying the Ohm's law, IE into RE. So IE value we have found 0.8 milliamp and RE values from the circuit gives you 2 kilo ohms. So hence the BE is 1.6 volts. And the total current across this circuit is given as I of R1 plus IC. So I of R1 value is 53.9 microampere. This IC value is given as 0.793 milliampere. So hence if we add both, we will get the total current as 846.9 microampere. And let's calculate the current across the resistance R2. The current across the resistance R2 is given by I of R1 minus of IB. So I of R1 we have found and IB value also we have found, and hence will give you the total of 45.971 microamperes, and that is the value for resistance current across the resistance R2. Let us move into the AC analysis of common collector amplifier circuit. So let us now look into this circuit. We have an input voltage of 100 millivolts given, a C1 and C2 capacitors placed, and resistance R1 and R2 of 50 kilo ohms each, VCC of 5 volts, and load resistance of 1 kilo ohms, and RE value is 2 kilo ohms. So as I have already said, the input signal amplitude is given as 100 millivolts, frequency is set to 1 kilohertz, and the C1 is known as the blocking capacitor. So it blocks the DC signal and allows the AC signal to pass through. C2 is called as the coupling capacitor, so it allows the AC signal to pass through. It couples the load and allows the AC signal to pass through. And if we connect a capacitor parallel to the RE resistance, and that capacitor will be called as the bypass capacitor. So the role of bypass capacitor is which bypasses RE so that the voltage drop across RE becomes 0. So in this circuit we don't have a bypass capacitor, and from this AC analysis we will get the input voltage will be greater than that of the output voltage. So the voltage gain AB will be less than 1. So as we now saw our calculations about DC and AC analysis, let's go into everycircuits.com and start our stimulating values and check if both values are correct. So let's go. So here we are in the everycircuit.com. Now let's just check all those features which are available in this everycircuit.com. So as we see here, we have different types of components present here to perform our calculations, and let us go through some of them. So we have an AC input signal here, a voltage source here, the current source, and the resistor, a capacitor, and it goes on. So we can even find our logic gates also. So now let's do the DC analysis of common collector amplifier circuit. So here, as you can see on my right side, first we need an NPN bipolar transistor. So I'm taking it, clicking here, and now let us take a resistor for our emitter. So this will be a RE resistor, and as you can see here, the value is given as 1 kilo ohms, but in our circuit we have 2 kilo ohms. So we can go to this adjust option here. We can change the value to 2 kilo ohms, and we got it. So how can we rotate this resistor? So as you can go down here, you will see a rotate option. So you can rotate the resistor, click and drag it and place it here. So next we need the R1 and R2 resistors. So I'll go into my resistor tab, I'll click the resistor option, I'll drag it here, and my resistor 1 value is 50 kilo ohms, right? So we will adjust this value to 50 kilo ohms, and we need another resistor 2 for 50 kilo ohms. So we'll click this resistor here, place it, adjust the value to 50, and here we go. We got our 2 R1 and R2 resistors and RE resistors. So let's connect them in with this base terminal here, and as you can see, the R2 resistor will be grounded. Other end of the R2 resistor will come to ground. Now we need a voltage source VCC. So let's go up here and click this. You can rotate it, and our VCC value is about 5 volts, and we will adjust it over here. Okay, we have our value, and we'll drag it over here, and we will connect it towards here, and that's it. We got our DC analysis circuit. Now, we must also include a ground terminal too for this negative VCC. And now let's simulate and see if our values are correct. So if I go down here, I'll get an option called runs transient space. I'll click on it. Now as you can see here, the current is flowing towards this direction. So now let's check our calculated values with this simulated values. So as we can see here, the VThevenin voltage comes across 2.3 volts, and our calculated values across 2.5 volts, which is nearly similar. So VThevenin, we have got it right. Now let's go on to the IC value. So as we see here, the IC value is 787 microampere. We have calculated it in milliampere. So if you convert it in 787 microampere, you will get around 0.78 milliampere, and that's our rounded value to 0.79 milliampere. You can see here the IE value we have got by stimulating is given as 795 microampere, and in our calculated value we have got it as 0.8 milliampere. So it is almost similar. Now let us see the VE value. So VE value is given as 1.59 volts. A calculated value shows 1.6 volts, and hence we have proved that our calculated value is correct. Now let us check the current across R2. So current across R2 in this simulated is given as 46.1 microampere, and we have calculated it as 45.971 microampere, and both are same values. Hence we have proved that our calculated DC values and the circuit values both similar and we are going in a right way. So now let us stop this and let's move on to the AC analysis. So in the AC analysis we have a capacitor here. So it is already in microfarad. I'll rotate this and connect it over here, and we need an AC signal. So we'll take an AC signal from here, we'll change those values. We need an amplitude of 100 millivolts, so we'll go and set it to 100 millivolts, and frequency is 1 kilohertz. And note that in AC analysis your DC voltage will be 0, hence I'm connecting it here. So let us connect the other end towards the ground. Okay, now let's take another capacitor and we'll rotate it. Here we have placed a C2 capacitor. Now let us connect the load resistance. So I'll take this load resistance here, I'll connect it over here, and we will ground this load resistance. We have finished analysis. Now let us check our waveform. So I'll go here, run transient space, and I will just check our input waveform, how it is. Here you can see the option show waveform. So as we can see, we have set it to 100 millivolts. So minimum is minus 100 millivolts and maximum is 100 millivolts. Hence this is the input waveform of a common collector amplifier circuit. Now let's stop this. Let's take this out, rewind. I will again run the transient space. Now let's observe the output waveform of common collector amplifier circuit. So the output waveform ranges from minus 94.1 millivolts to maximum of 94.1 of millivolts. Hence the V in is greater than V out. This is the output waveform of common collector amplifier circuit. Now let us observe both the waveforms. Here goes both the waveforms. Green represents the input signal and the blue represents the output signal. Hence we have obtained our common collector amplifier circuit, and we have calculated and proved the DC and AC analysis of common collector amplifier circuit. So I recommend you all to try this and gain more knowledge.